before doing your eyebrows, you definitely want to make sure that your natural eyebrows are actually groomed and they're in the best shape. Either do threading, plucking, shaving, whichever one works best for you. Just make sure that you do that, and then brush it together in a good place with a spoolie or a mascara one, as everyone know it. You want to take a sharp pencil. This is the Vital waterproof eyebrow pencil, and it's in the shade brown. And I'm going to go ahead and draw the bottom, draw a line at the bottom of my brows, and I'm going to go in ahead and do the upper part as well. And I'm just going to fill it in very lightly, because as you guys can tell, I've got very thin brows. So I'm going to go in and fill that in with my pencil. Next up, I'm going to take that same spoolie that I used earlier on, and I'm going to use that just to make everything seem blended and a lot more seamless together. And you want to use it with a light hand. Now into my eyebrow palette, what I like to use is this BeautyUK Eyebrow. It's like an eyebrow kit by BeautyUK. And it's got like 4 little quads. You've got the wax, dark black, and black, dark brown, and a lighter shade right there. I like to mix these 2 colors together. This and this, I like to mix them together. I like to put a lot more concentrated of the black and brown on the outer part of the edge of at the arch area of my brows, and then just go in with the rest of the inner part of my brows with just this alone. So what I'm going to do is, like I said, taking an angled brush, an angled eyeshadow brush, I'm going to go in with the black and also in with a little bit of the brown, tap the excess, and I'm going to start filling that in. I always like to start from the outer part. And now I'm going to go in with just that brown color only for the inner part. And then the next thing I'm going to go ahead is I'm going to clean up my brows a lot more so that it looks a lot more defined like this other side. Now what I'm going to do is I'm using 2 different things. I'm going to use a concealer that is 2 shades lighter than my original skin tone, and I'm going to go in with a foundation that matches my skin for the upper part of my brow, and the concealer for the lower part of my brow to clean things up. And the one I'm going to be using for the lower part of my brow area is my MAC Select Cover Up Concealer in the shade NC45. And then to clean up the upper part of my brows, I'm going to be using my Makeup Forever Ultra HD foundation. To clean up your brows, you can use whatever sort of concealer brush that you want to use. I've used many in my time. You might want to go for something that's a little bit more rounded at the top, or you might want to go for something that has an angle, either an angled brush or whatever. But I personally prefer a flat top brush like so. I prefer this because I just feel like it gives me a lot more precision when it comes to that perfect sharp line. I believe that this takes a little bit of practice, I reckon, but hey, if you get it at first go, then go ahead. But try whatever brush you want to use basically. So I'm going to be using this, and I'm going in first with my concealer, and I'm going to go in ahead and clean up the lower part of my brow. Now you can start wherever you want to. Like I said, I've been doing my brows for many years now, and it's taken me many years to sort of perfect the technique that I particularly like for my brows. With the squared, with the flat top, I like to start making my way right and then bring it into the inner part of my eyebrows. And then you want to drag it a little bit, just so that when it comes to blending, everything blends together effortlessly. I'm going to go ahead with a flat concealer brush, a larger concealer brush, and I'm going to go ahead and just clean that all up. And now I'm going to go in ahead and move to the upper part of my brows with my foundation. Using the same flat top brush, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and just clean that up. And that same flat top concealer brush that I used earlier on, I'm going to go ahead and use that to clean out the foundation. And now you want to just go on ahead and do final checks like I do, because I'm a perfectionist. I like to do like little final checks before I move on. And I can see that there's a little stud right there, because that's who I am, a perfectionist. Do it to the other side. This the normal flat part of it. Just tilt it to the other side and bring that to my nose area to make sure that the front part of my brows are nice and even. Before I continue with any part, I'm going to go in with the brush that I used in earlier on to fill in the powder part of my brows and just feather in the inner part of my brows, just because I don't want it to look too harsh for the next stage we're going to do. And I'm cleaning off the excess products on plain tissue paper just so that the color sort of fades out and it's not too intense. Next, I'm now going to go in with the Q-tip that we used earlier on, and I'm going to use that to sort of fade in the inner part of my brows. And I'm going to do that going in with very light hand. The next thing I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to set my brow into place. And I never go in with this because it's dark brown. I never go in with it from the start. I always go in midway. The brows are done.